Eraserman versus Monsieur Gamgee. Monsieur Gamgee in the south as HRE, and Eraserman in the north as England on French Pass. Alright. So now, we can talk about what's happening. Oh. So, what I actually just noticed this immediately. We have, England's going for the lumber camp, so we're gonna get the farms. Probably get a farm opener here.
A slower start overall. There's the HRE that could pose to be a problem as they have a quick age up into the second age, and if they're not careful, could result in a bit of a rush happening. House coming down, and the scouts looking the way around the edges of the map.
Did he? Do we have double scout from HRE? Yeah, we do. We got a double scout. Okay. What about England? What do we got? One scout? Okay, so one scout for England, two scouts for HRE. Oh, second scout for England. Never mind. Never mind.
Two scouts. Is two scouts a new thing?
Is it a new thing? No. I mean, a lot of people. Okay. I mean, honestly, I don't know about you, but opening double scout. I like doing it. I like doing double scout, especially against opponents who I think are going to try to be a little bit more aggressive in the early game. Because if they're trying to wall or something, you use the two scouts to really kill villagers and stuff. Because if you only have one scout and they bring their scout and it's their scout plus a villager, you lose. Plus, I mean, getting all the sheep. Although, really, if you're England, you're kind of getting sheep for the denial of other people to get sheep, more than for you to use it.
Indeed. The gold mine's coming down for the English.
Let me see.
And the HRE are continuing, putting 5 villagers on gold.
5 villagers. So no lumber camps. This is a fast advance.
Indeed, though they are already over their cap on food, and are simply waiting for things to catch up. The downside, of course, of going to scouts is that gold does not catch up as quickly as you'd like it to.
Yeah, I mean, you have to redistribute your villagers. So, alright, now we got a lumber camp going out. I mean, most of the fast age-up strategies that we see are no one on lumber, advance, and then you go for lumber around, like, the 15th or 16th population. Because at that point, you gotta start putting people on lumber so you can get a house before you get population blocked.
A fantastic chapel coming down that will.
Yeah, I mean, look at this chapel.
The spawns are in the favor of the HRE, allowing them to have all 4 of their resources within the radius if they need to.
I didn't even see the stone. Wow, what a spawn for them right there. And look, it's very wallable too here.
An early tower coming down by the gold mine by the English player. No doubt worried about aggression coming in.
Did he scout any aggression? Let's see, what do we got?
And more farms continuing to be placed down.
Excellent. You know what I love? When you switch to the player's view, and sometimes it just doesn't show any buildings. Oh, man. Alright, well, we'll just have to pretend. We'll just have to pretend on that. Alright, so we just have 2 scouts. The English scouts just standing on this right side, just kind of seeing what is up. Has he advanced yet? No. We're almost there. This is a very... The English opener here, it's much slower. Like, you do this strategy sometimes yourself. Do you tend to like to do it at this speed, or do you like to try to advance faster?
It depends on the opponent. In the cases, for example, of fighting the Rus or the French, you don't want that slow age up, because by the time you would start aging up, the Rus will probably have out a knight, or the French are equally likely to start harassing you. And if you don't have spearmen, you're going to be in a bit of trouble.
I mean, at least in this case, we have the tower here. So if he was either if it was the French or the Bruce, I mean, this tower would shut it down. It's a good defensive opener by Eraserman here. I mean, you're not going to be able to be easily harassed by anything besides, like, a massive attack.
Oh, you certainly hope so. We know...
Villager caught on the right side. We've got an English scout who just detected a villager moving up the right side, trying to do a forward wall. Villager is being pulled back.
Villagers being pulled back, and by extension, Eraserman should be able to see that scout. And in fact, with the vision, that scout is 100% invisible.
He's also standing on the emergency town bell button. I mean, if I was in Eraserman's position, I'd be like, what is setting off this?
It looks like a giant wall has been placed by the HRE.
That is quite a wall. That is a clever scout position. Look at that. What does it see though? I mean, it's not really seeing much as of the second, but it's definitely
not seeing
a good
much.
spot.
I would say
the villager
almost
was
a good.
Killed. Villager was killed.
I would say it's a good spot, except for the fact that scout is visible to the English player.
I guess you're right. Like 1 inch backwards.
Indeed.
All right, so we just have a scout going by the HRE here, just standing literally outside it. Both players have scouts standing outside each other's eco right now.
With the lack of production buildings coming out from the HRE, I have to assume that we're going to see a fast castle coming in.
I would also completely agree with you here. Let's see, what is the distribution? Yeah, I mean, when you're doing a fast castle here, a lot of people on wood, though, in this situation. You got 6 people on wood. Called them back to try to kill the scout. But yeah, you got a lot of people on wood, so I'm curious what this wood is going to be used for. Alright, so, the English have caught the wall in the bottom of the map. We have an English villager who is just shooting at the HRE villager. Scout fight on the right side. Oh, this scout is low. This is the scout that tried to kill the villager. Oh, and that scout just goes down. Okay. That scout was finished off. Vengeance for the kill on that villager.
The tower going down, but the holy site. The scout still being able to spy, though not revealing too much other than the farms of the English player.
The only thing you could see right now is an additional mill coming down. So, at least that shows that the English are going to go pretty food heavy. Not that they don't do that anyways, but the little bit of information that you get when you're looking at your opponent is really important.
Like a longbow, I think, is heading towards the scout.
He is.
Is just walking. Happily walks there and has found the scout.
And we got combat on the right side of the map. Once again, another villager caught by
another scout. Another scout. Same
place. But definitely a lot of micro coming out here. Alright, so we have a very interesting wall situation, because we got a wall in the upper right and the bottom left. So there is this gap down the pass itself, but by walling that off, it does kind of funnel the opponent straight down the middle.
And yes,
okay, now that scout is being double teamed by 2 other scouts. He's in a lot of trouble here. He's just running away. Alright.
Yes, that
HRE villager in the south is getting eaten by this wolf, but it is just going for the wall completion, and it does actually finish the wall on their death. So
alright, here comes the cathedral down for the HRE, going up classic. Boom. No, the printer. So
not the printer. The printer could have been very, very dangerous here.
Yes, indeed, especially since knowing that the English are trying to do a little bit more of a boom themselves. But it looks like this will be an eco fight, as the English player also seems to be intent on perhaps going up as well.
So we got two very easily accessible relics. So one in the bottom left is almost completely guaranteed for the HRE, because the one in the bottom left here, which if for some reason if you go to his vision disappears, which makes no sense, but if you don't do that, the one in the bottom left here is absolutely secured by this wall. The one on the upper right side is a little bit more strenuous of a opportunity here, especially because we've got these longbowmen coming down the right side, following the scouts. The scouts are going straight towards the relic.
And it will probably come into vision here in a moment, seeing
and then they see it. The prelate has been seen by the scout, being attacked actively by the scout, and is just out.
That prelate is not going to be making it out of here.
No, he is definitely dead. One more round of longbow shots, and he goes down. All right, I think that scout might be going down too. Prelate for scout traded. We
That
have
is well worth trade.
3 stables coming down, 4 knights in production for the HRE.
It looks like a lot of knights are coming out, which makes sense. You're seeing longbows. You're worried about pressure coming in.
So you would also opt for knights over men-at-arms?
Well, in this case, with longbow pressure coming in, without any spearman cover, the quickness of the knights will allow you to cover a lot of this map's distance, as this is not particularly a small map to work with.
No, it's not. Also, I guess you would need the upgrades, right?
Those longbows are committed to their fate.
They're in trouble. They're in a lot of trouble.
But it looks like the King's Palace is coming down, putting the English up to the Castle Age.
The castle, yep. Alright, so King's Palace, not the White Tower. I mean, standard move for the English. The White Tower is an interesting one, and we've seen a little bit of play with the White Tower to go up quickly with the White Tower, kind of use it as a production facility for knights, keep yourself safe. It does come at the cost of this extra town center. It's hard to make that decision, but I mean, a free town center is a free town center. That is hard to pass up.
The English are also now going stables too, which I suppose they're going to also counter with their own knights.
It looks like we're going to have a knight fight here. HRE versus English Knights. Not a matchup I have seen very often. But the Knights could absolutely form a strong front line against the HRE. Very defensive wall by the English. Right near their King's Palace.
And a wall in preparation for the no doubt knights that will be showing up.
That's a very good wall placement. We had the 2 stables go down preemptively. Does either player have a blacksmith? Yes, the English have a blacksmith.
These wooden walls will be completed before those knights reach, or will they? They might not be.
I'm not sure. But we do actually have the first prelate grabbing a relic. So the cathedral doesn't have anything in it yet, but we do have the first prelate moving in. Oh, these knights are gonna make it. Oh, no. Hold on.
I don't think that wall is finished. Those gates looks like they have instead made a gap, which
I've had that happen to me before. I really have. All right, here they come. Straight. Yep, there's just a gap there. The villager. I don't know why that happens, but it is something you gotta check for. Your people are slacking on the job. All right, just a straight fight right near the English town center. These knights are not in the range of the. Definitely didn't have to look at it to remember a network of castles, and that one knight was pulled away from the fight with very little HP. Does get taken out by the town center. All right, now the knights are underneath the town center, just going to do some villager harassment after they clean up these longbows. One more longbow goes down.
Another longbow. These knights will cause a bit of havoc, but without support, they're going to have a bit of trouble taking a lot of damage. But they are definitely going to try to take a couple villagers with them at the very least.
Machine gun's active. Here it goes. Look at that damage, just coming in. Little prickles. One shot after the other, but it takes him down. Okay.
And it looks like the range upgrade has come in, and no blacksmith still out for the HRE, so that one extra rain damage is going to start taking serious effect.
I agree. Alright, so what's our situation here then? Economically, let's take a look. So we've got 38 villagers for Monsieur Gamgee. We've got 43 villagers for Eraserman. So with 2 TCs right now, the English are definitely going to be gaining a villager advantage. Although map control wise, they are now in a 20th, give or take, of the map. A little bit less.
Indeed, and it looks like more HRE knights are coming in. And
they're just camping out there.
And they are going in. The villager is joining in the fight additionally.
That villager looks just like a longbow. Oh my, he's going for it.
He is with that control group of knights, which are about to be swarmed by a bunch of knights because they're not paying attention. They take the full charge.
That villager is about to take it for his comrades. He goes down. Longmen are just straight up fighting knights right now. Definitely the arrows are doing a little bit more damage. If the Lungmen can get mass, they will absolutely start to be effective. Alright, second TC from the HRE.
Coming in, and looks like some crossbow reduction has begun in order to get some level of support, but without a proper front line, it will pose to be quite difficult.
I mean,
More knights and horsemen.
Against the HRE, do you use men-at-arms? It's a very difficult choice because if you go into men-at-arms as the English and they transition to men-at-arms at their own, your front line is going to get torn to pieces.
You'd hope to support it with a bit of siege.
Siege. So I get that's a strategy you could use. Siege plus men-at-arms. Use your network of castles to make your siege a little bit better. Kind of get them into a siege fight.
Even more knights coming in here. And the wall itself trying to be completed, though it still has a hole in it.
It does. For no reason.
Oh, this army is moving out a little bit too soon, and is no doubt just about to get...
Yeah, this army's getting jumped right now. Those crossmen, though, doing massive damage.
But the line is not strong enough. Palisades coming down to get a bit of broke, but it looks like there's not enough of a mass to stop all of these knights coming in.
No, crossmen coming in as well, getting that much faster attack speed thanks to network of castles.
Oh, that crossbow is putting in work.
Wow, look at the damage. Never underestimate these crossmen, especially with this bonus. Alright, we got a siege workshop.
Siege workshop has come down, but that crossbowman is now quite out of position.
Are these knights gonna go down? They have like 1 HP. One of them has legitimately 3 HP. Going straight for the villagers. First knight down. The machine gun is activated once again. Knight is trying to escape, but it is not getting out of there. Alright, it's down.
That was quite an effective. More knights still coming out. It seems committed to the construction of knights, and a springold is coming in.
Who's building a springold?
The English.
English got a springold? Alright, I'm good at this. So it looks like the front line we've decided on here. It looks like it's going to be knights in the front, crossbowmen in the back. Knight crossbow, classic composition. Works for everyone, especially if you're the French, because both of those are your special units. The French are very strong. Weird to talk about them in this kind of matchup, but when you are dealing with knights, a knight front line with a crossman back line, very strong. In this case right now, we've got another relic coming in, so we have 3 relics. The cathedral's already giving 600 gold a minute. The amount of gold that the HRE are floating right now is massive. I mean, let's look at that income per minute. Income per minute is 1,000. So the economy of the HRE is definitely outpacing that of the English right now. English not building villagers as of this moment as well.
The biggest problem the English currently have is they have a lack of gold production. While they certainly have the food to try to keep up, they are a bit behind in terms of actual overall production. The farms finally coming in for the HRE, giving them a bit of an edge on the food production.
Alright, we have a ton of HRE knights coming in. We have...
Unfortunately, has walked in the wrong direction, moving southward, as the knights have begun swarming on the border, castle being dropped, and it appears these knights will now begin burning down the wall.
When these knights come in, this army in the north is in danger unless the army in the south. Okay, but Eraserman pulling these units back to regroup with the army in the north, who's moving straight towards the gate to try to challenge it. Moving straight. That's a choke point.
It's a choke point, but they haven't broken through just off.
That is a choke point. That'd be a good place to fight. Are we gonna see if we're gonna try to take the fight right here? No, the knights are just determined to try to go harass instead of actually doing a fight.
English clearly used the move command instead of pushing in, but now actually engaging the knights, clearly ignoring everything but the workers that they see. So they are going to take quite a hammering from all the units that are around here. And now with town center and everything laying upon them, they are going to lose a lot of knights here.
These knights are going to go down, but the villager count, the loss of villagers is definitely going to hurt.
No doubt the English player is feeling that already. The gap has now almost increased to almost 20 workers in between the two. That is all the knights. With not much Knight Outs production happening, but a surrender...
It looks like the English call GG.